Is that all? Tell them you are happy to see them. Eh? Maybe you last saw them. Maybe you last saw them 2 minutes ago, and now you are happy to see them again. Amen. We've been talking about business money. Business money. I wish we had the opportunity to testify now. We talked at the beginning, we said this year we are going to form a business leaders network. Business leaders network. And our goal was to pioneer thinking that can birth businesses. The idea was to pioneer thinking that can birth businesses. Now, it doesn't mean that people are not earning anywhere else. But it means that at your place of work, we have always said it again and again and again. If you are employed, the only money that is your money is the money that you save. The rest of the money that you are paid is not your money. It is your boss's money. So you don't go around saying, I get this much money. It is not your money. It is your boss's money. That is point number one. Point number two, we have always said that the money that makes you rich, the blessing of the Lord makes rich, and he adds no sorrow to it. The money that is going to make you rich is money that you get without having to report and work hard. Although working hard is, we are going to talk about it this morning, is very important. But money that is going to make you rich is money that you set aside, and for example, you buy a goat. Or you go to someone's garden, you don't have land, and you tell them, you have nice trees, I can buy it. Someone says, or someone says, I'm selling a tree, but I'm not ready to cut it now. And you say, if you can keep that tree for the next 5 years, me, I'm ready to buy it now. Some people don't mind. Buy it. Go to somebody's avocado tree, look at it. If you think it is yielding well, tell them, I buy all the avocados for this season. How much? Give them 200,000. Now you begin watching. When the avocado time comes, you will be sleeping, and the Mutigo avocado will bring the fruit. And the fruit will grow, mature, get ready, come harvest, take to the market, get 400. You have made profit. Where? You bought, you put your money somewhere, and that money was working for you without you following it. The other day I found a goat. There were many goats. And somebody had a number of them. And a goat now, some goats are 500,000. Bosanga buno buto mitwala abiri. If you put money in a goat and you can keep it, you don't have to monitor it, sit there every time and see how it, just give it whatever food it will eat, it will give birth, it will raise its kids. You not even have to tell it, nazo mwana wo, musenya amanyo. They know how to do all those things. And before you know it, the mother is giving birth and the kids are giving birth. Before you know it, you have 20 goats. So money that is going to make you rich is money that you do not have to toil to work. But I want us to go back. Before maybe we go back, I want to say that Mukuru Derek has followed through. We said we are going to start 3 businesses. Now, what is a business? We have said this, we almost sing it here. Every other time we talk about money. What is a business? Wow. Looks like we should start doing exams in church. Because people read hard to pass exams, but they don't want to think hard to really understand concepts that are going to push them further than what they learn at school. I hear somebody got a first grade. I hear somebody got a first grade. And another one is saying, I want a first grade. Okay, that is good. Now you defend your first grade also here. Those of you who got first grades, I know a few of you are here. And this evening we are going to be praying for students going back to school. So come back for the evening service. But a business is a system. A business is tell the person next to you, because that's how you're going to remember. A business is a system. A system that earns you money with minimal or no direct, not your direct, with, I don't know how to put it there, with minimal or none of your direct involvement. A business is a system that gives you money with minimal or none of your direct involvement. So until you have a system, you don't have a business. Some people say, natandisa akadaala ka chapati wali, nafunyeyo ka business kange. That is employment. If you are still working there, oba oli mudaala gwa chapati, oba olina dduuka, oba olina birime, nga you are still directly involved 100%, that is employment. It is not a business. Hello? And we are saying that what is going to make you rich is starting a business. You start a business, and a business is a system that gives you money with minimal or none of your direct involvement. Then you know that one is a business. Systems, that's how systems work. In your body you have what they call a digestive system. How many of you monitor the digestive system? Noga kakati mere mujito nedda emere giteke gipanga mu lubuto wali nedda bumonde buteke eno ate bijanjalo. How many of you do that? Nothing. For you just throw food there and they think it knows what to do. It is a system. You don't manage air. You have what they call a respiratory system. Is it a respiratory system or respiratory system? What is it called? Respiratory. Not respiratory. Respiratory. You know, these are English words. You have a respiratory system. Now, your body is made up of systems. That's why your body is successful. Ombiri gwo gwajjula ki? What is the system in Uganda? Nteekateeka. Mupango is mission. But your body is full of systems. You know, you have the eyes. They are also a system. And when they tell you how it picks the images and takes it and translates it, mbosiju it is upside down and then it turns it this way, and And then it coordinates your nervous system, body system. You don't have to organize and say, now we need a system, we need how to lift my left leg. No, there is a system that coordinates and say, lift the left leg right there. Kati omumbiri gwo gwonna gwajjula systems. That's why your body is success. That's why you like your body. And by that, it is your body. You are not the body. You are something else in that body. But there are systems. So even in money, for you to become rich, you must have systems. You must have systems. So we said we are going to start at least this year. We are going to start to initiate. We are trying to model. Many bintu oliyo kwogera nemwogera and people are saying, tugenda ensi eno tugenda gaggawala tuli mitwe so si mikira. God is going to bless us, anoint us with money. All the cattle, 1,000 cattle on the hill are yours. Silver and gold belong to you. We are your children. You said you are going to be a very good parent, gives inheritance. Lord, you said you are going to inherit the earth. Ask of me and I'll give you nations for your inheritance. Lord, I take nations. Kale, thank you for those prayers. But until you have systems, you cannot take anything. You will toil, work hard, and stop there. And be just like any other ordinary person. Now, if you are going to be a different person, you need to start. Oweteekamu endowooza. Ngenda kugogera olwaleero ku ndowooza oba ndowooza nga 3 zokka bwe ziti. Endowooza emu, tandika okulowooza nti okutuusa nga nina bizinesi sinaba kutuuka kwogera ku kugaggawala. Until I have a business, I should not think that I'm going to make it to prosperity. So every one of us should strive to be part of a business. I don't know how many times I'm saying this. We said we are going to start 3 businesses. And one of them in this place is catering. Now everyone is doing it. Many people are doing catering as employment. But we want to do it as of course, in a business, some people will be employed. But we want to set it up as a business. So we are beginning our first trials. Today, I'm told, where is the Shepherd Derek? Outside. Doing what? Is he cooking? If he is cooking, then it is not yet a business. It is a business when he is tapping buttons to see on the screen here. Tea, okay, the tea is ready now. Yeah, it's ready to be served. 3 customers have already ordered. Then me, I'm just watching things as they happen. Then it becomes, even church. If church is going to become a business, prosperous. So many people think into Musumba, pastor needs to teach the word, needs to pray. Mukulu Derek, do we have tea? Even now, can I order a cup of tea? Don't take that chair, leave it. Find your own means. There are chairs sitting there. Do I have a disposable cup? No disposable cups, only normal cups. I was going to buy Elder a cup of chai. So what do I do? So there is tea, and it is ready. Elder Favor at my cost. Elder Favor has, but some of these cups, the cups I've seen look like they are English. Those English cups. I went to Heathrow, and you order for tea, and they bring for you something like a toy, small like this, and then they say that is tea, and it's small like this, and you say, okay, how much is this small tea? And they say that small cup of tea is 90,000 shillings. And you're like, hey! 90,000 akantu nyomwe mirundi esatu and 90,000 is gone. Do we have lunch also? Is the menu out? Okay, can we, I think at some point, you need to have a notice board. Even if it's a chalkboard, whatever, and you begin to pin there, so that when people come here, they can read there and say, tea, English tea is available, and then milk tea is available, and then whatever teas are available. And lunch, what is on the menu for lunch. But at least Mukuru Dedik has begun. And since we have closed with season 21, I feel like somebody is going to buy me lunch. And maybe I also buy someone lunch because it is here. Now, it's good for fellowship. Some people are saying, but here now you can call meetings and have. So we want to experiment and start it as a business. We have been talking about home cleaning. We are still gathering ideas. The people who are dealing with that are a little bit slow. But we are trying to push, and then we said also we want to do child care, daycare, babysitting. You know that you can sit someone's baby, look after someone's baby in such a way that this person actually feels like you are the baby feels like you are the real parents. So we have already created room. And these things we are telling you, we have created room. When you get out of here, talking up against, you look at these things as they begin, so that you will tell stories. Even take pictures, so that when it becomes advanced, you can bring the old pictures. I was there. Bring old pictures and show. So go and see our kitchen. Inside the kitchen, there are 2 kitchens, but we have already remodified. You see that door is removed. The other side we have put a door. Today we are not allowing people to pass there because the work is still not cured well. So people might make mistakes and break. It easily breaks before it hardens. So let's use this side for today. By next Sunday, I think we'll be able to easily move there. So we are moving things around, but we are creating space for those 3 businesses. And me, I am determined. Now, as Christians, if we are ever going to succeed in business, principle number 1 is called the principle of stewardship. You are cooked, you are finished, you are done. You are just like any other person. But as a Christian, the first principle for you to make money, to become prosperous. Do we all understand English? Is there anybody? Eriyo muntu a struggle atawulira bulungi luzungu ng'oluwulira naye nga tolutegeera bulungi? Eriyo muntu yenna? Kubanga nyinza okwogera nga njogera mu bbanga. At least we all understand English. What is stewardship? Stewardship is being in control of something that belongs to another person, but they have allowed you to control it, have it, use it. For example, when people get into marriage, they get into stewardship. They give up. The man tells the wife, I give you my body, but now I am in charge of it, but it is yours, but now I'm the one controlling. And the wife also tells the husband, I give you my body, but I am the one controlling it on your behalf. So for married people, I think stewardship can be very understandable. That body you have is not yours. You are just a caretaker. So what does that mean? It means, where do you get instructions to take care of that body? Wanji? Yeah, from the owner. I'm trying to drive a point. When we see men who walk around with hair not combed, shoes not clean, We know that there is a lazy woman. Yeah, because she's not giving instructions on how to take care of her property. God does not look like that. God gives instructions of how to take care of everything he has given us. When we see a woman who is lousy, she doesn't go to the salon, she has only that yellow dress, we know the problem is not this woman, the problem is the man. Yeah, a woman who is not smiling. You know, you as the owner, you look at it and say, my wife, smile a little bit. I like you when you are smiling. Yeah, that's how I want my body. Because now, me, the one who is holding this thing, sometimes I don't see it. You, the owner, you can see it from a distance and tell, the thing looks good. So, stewardship, even the money we have, is not ours. It is God's money. And God desires, he says, he has given us every ability. Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 18. He has given us the ability to create wealth. Who? God. Why? He owns the wealth that we create for a purpose. Now, my leader, one of my leaders, he went on to be with the Lord, but he gave me a concept which I can never forget. He told me, James, ask me a question. James, wanji, wali olabeko omuntu atunde omuzigo nga musiwufu? Have you ever seen anybody who sells ghee who is pale? And I said, Nambuza, do you think those people wake up in the morning and they have any intention to smear themselves with ghee? And I'm like, no, I don't think people want to smear themselves. He says, but in the process as they sell, because that's what they do, they get in touch with it, and before you know it, it is with them. Oh, yes. Just like people who sell charcoal. They don't intend to smear themselves to look black, but in the morning they come when they are clean. By the time in the evening, they look like charcoal. And when you ask them, what you wear sigamanda? They will say, and they say sigamanda. Don't buy it. I don't. And for sure they don't. But because that's what they do, they end up with it. So even God's prosperity, it's not that when you deal with God's money, you will end up looking God's money. So when you handle money as God would want you to handle money, before you know it, you are going to look like God's money. Stewardship. Knowing that this is not mine, I can only use it as instructed by the owner. So husbands, start telling your wives about how nice you want them to look. I've given you assignments. Yes, go back, stand on one side, tell her, walk. Let her walk. And maybe she's say, I don't want you to walk like that. Put your neck up. Put your back, yeah. Now, walk straight. Okay. I want my wife to walk. But you know, you are just out of honeymoon, but you walk like an old woman. And your husband is looking and saying, my wife is not straight. Who is the problem? The wife she's just a steward. You tell her what to do with that body, because that body doesn't belong to her. Tell her, stand up straight. Smile. Now, move. Every time. You can coach her, and you wives, also your husband. Look at them and say, no, tuck in. Yes, properly. How many of you think I look nice in jeans? I never wore jeans in my life. I didn't like them, and even now I am almost wearing them by instruction. And if I can tell you the truth, I rarely buy him. Even the one I'm wearing, I didn't buy it. Yeah. Someone who wants me to look the way she says, James Onyuma, and she brings Yambaram. kutuuka jambale. And so I wear, and some of you think, and she told me, you know, you look a bit younger when you're in jeans. And and so, your husband, ayambala kabuti, alinga security guard, even at midday. Ayambala kabuti, ekirevu tekiri sikisanirire, they are scary. And you look like this, and then you begin thinking, the other man looks good. You are the problem. Tell your husband, Mwami was salaka ekirevu bwoto labika bulungi, kikomole bwoti. Yeah, there are days when Mrs. Basalira gets in charge, and we get excited. You'll be there. Okay. Now, it sounds nice when you're talking like this, but those of us who are there, it is not simple. There are some people who, have you ever given somebody something and they refuse to give it back? And they're like, yeah. I was remembering, as we were doing things here, I remembered I gave somebody a double bed, not the double decker. They said, Pastor, sina wensuzabana. I said, Wanange, Mazumba. I said, Kale, miezi mukaga, maximum. This bed must come. And it was a good bed. I supervised making it. It has even rubber bottoms. It doesn't scratch the surface. Everything was made. It was nice. With even ladders for somebody going up. Now, ladders that you can remove, not these big wood ladders, you can remove it, put it back, and nice bed. And this person, they moved. After 6 months, I said, I said, Musumba, now it's all called Indeko. Now, after 1 year, the person was a member of this church. She shifted and went with my bed. Now when I talk about it, she's like, do you think that one is now yours? It doesn't belong to you anymore. And I'm like, what do you do with such a person? So sometimes that's how it feels like for married people. The man stood in the church and said, I give you my body. But now that he has been using it for some time, you tell him, no. I'm a man. Yeah, you're a man, but you're a steward. Even in a business, that's how it should be. We should be with a mindset that says we are stewards. If you don't have a mindset that says you're a steward, I want to tell you, you are going to mess up. Because you are going to feel like you have power to change things the way you like. You have power not to tithe. Because God tells us what to do with our resources. First fruit, tithe. And this church will give first fruit. And we tithe. Hello? Not only as people, but even as a church. So, when you are a steward, you are going to make decisions very differently about your finances. Mindset of being a steward. So when you're a steward, 3 things are important. Number 1, you acknowledge that God owns your resources. So you can only use it as God would want you to use it. Number 2, you practice diligence. Because the thing is not yours, you practice diligence. Now, what is diligence? Diligence is hard work. Wanji? Obujumbize. Okufaayo. Okukola. These are very important things. Diligence. A number of people struggle being near me. I realize people don't want to be near me because me, every time I am like, tulongo sawa. And people are like, onoita umulako, bulisawa tugire wano. When I'm supervising workers, they say, for tubuli ekyokukola ogende. Lwaki obeera wano? Because they want to louse, and me when I'm there, I'm like, don't go kuba wali, gira wano. And when you are not there, they will louse and they will not. And some people are not diligent. Straight from home. Straight from home. You are not going to like your house when you can't clean it. Some of your clothes are good. Engoye zo zolinezo wazigula ng'ozaagala nnungi naye kakati olusuula eri waaki kuba toyagala kulwoza. And when you are not diligent, si gwe weka akyawa ebintu byo, n'abantu abalala bakyawa ebintu byo. Do you know why people don't want to come to you? You don't know. Everyone wants to go to a good place. And there is no good place without hard work. Every young man wants a beautiful white girl. But girls don't just wake up and they don't wash their face. You ask the ladies, it is hard work to remain beautiful. Some of them, some of them didn't even sleep. Yasuza tudde bwatu mu kasonda. Enviri zireme kuva mu set. Kati gozirabe sawe nozeegomba. It is hard work. Nego olumulaba nganyira, gundi anyirira. Wala babu compound obunyira, tugende kubiseko wane bifaananyi. Wanyirira. It is hard work. And we Christians, because our God works hard 24/7. Okay, 6. Our God is a hard worker. We should also appreciate to work hard. Worship team work hard. Everyone work hard. No kujja mu kanisa. Wake up and come early. Obere wo kole bintu. Eweke wuwo. Tewesaasira. Twakoye nnyo. Emnyumba tuli jinaza ku weekend. You don't know. Hello? Yeah, because some women are lazy. That's why your husbands are leaving you. Yeah. Muliba chaff. And you young girls, mwemuloza nti ebyo byo ibeera diligent. No man is going to take you go to wali onyege TV. Bajja kuleka mu nyumba. Bajja kudampinga. Pastor, I tell now, everybody, boy, are you interested in me? And then they dump me. At school, if you are not hard working, your teacher, even with your handwriting, only, teacher, he says, I don't understand. Zero. Nenga points are there. Why? You are not diligent to write properly. You want to be a head boy. Ne head boy nga ne palo kisibe dene pesa gagize bega njagala kubeera head boy. We ku ticket ki. Yeah. And let me tell you, obuchafu bukostinga more than obuyonjo. Because your things are not going to get spoiled. Diligence. Can you tell the person next to you, as a Christian, stewardship means you have to practice diligence. Namwe abaana abato. Be diligent. Baba gambo kole ebintu you don't want. I'm tired. You only want to play. We said 3 things about stewardship. Number 3 is wisdom. So you acknowledge that what you have belongs to God. You work hard, but you also practice wisdom. Be wise. I don't know what is wrong with some people. Simply because you are the husband. Your wife has gone to the toilet. Now, why do you wait for her to go to the toilet? Then you come to the toilet door. Ta 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 ta. You are inside there, but that's not wisdom. You don't even know, maybe they have a stomach headache. Somebody, there's a young man who came and said, I have a stomach headache. And I'm like, I had never known that there is a disease called a stomach headache. Because I think for him, his understanding was headache means pain. So if your leg is paining, you have a leg headache. Because headache is pain. If your tooth is paining, you have a tooth headache. So he had a stomach headache. But you don't know. Be wise. Be wise. Don't just do things far. Be orderly. Organize. Be wise. If you are going to succeed in the business, we said number one, stewardship. Number two, you must operate with integrity and ethics. And I don't want even to go beyond that. Integrity and ethics. And we all get tempted. And some of you, for you are okay. Because you don't have a microphone to talk about these things. Now for us pastors, because you are here, you talk about these things even when they are happening in your life. Me, I got a temptation. I was tempted the day after yesterday. That was on Friday. It was on Thursday. I was tempted on Thursday. Some of you, yours is small. When yours is small, you are tempted. When it is big, you are tempted. Madam told me on Wednesday, that one of our teachers is not going to come back. She got a government job. And actually another one had told us she was not even going to teach third term because her husband works with the institution of government where they transfer them. And he said, my husband has already been given transfer, so we are only waiting to go. I would love to teach here, but my husband insists where he is where I should be. So she told us if I have to leave. So then she said, he has been postponed. But now at the beginning of this year, she told Madam, the man is going and me, I am a package alongside. I have to go. And so we had known about that one. But this one, it came as a surprise. You know, I had applied government and then I got an opportunity, government job. And I mean, people like to work for government. I don't know why. I've never worked for government, so I don't understand those things. So when Madam told me, I'm like, hey, what are we going to do? So I went to my friend and I said, our teacher is leaving. What are we going to do? He said, let me call this friend of mine. He's connected with the teachers. And then the other said, I wish you called me yesterday. I gave away a very good Christian teacher. And then he said, but maybe. Now that is a temptation. Maybe we still have from the other school. And then this one asked me, Pastor, should we still have from the other school? And then I said, if she's ready to come, let's steal her. Lord have mercy on me. I was going to steal a teacher. And she's a Christian. And me, I'm a pastor. But now because of need, we have said if you're going to do business, you must have integrity and ethics. I was caught off guard. Just like all of you. I told you, I'm transparent. I tell you these things because it is real life. I was tempted on Thursday. And then the woman is also a Christian. I think that woman deserves to be my pastor. Yeah. Because when they called her, she said, me, this is how she began the conversation. Me, I am a Christian. I gave my to these people. I can't change it. Even if you give me good conditions, because I gave my word to these people, I cannot change it. And then on this side, when I heard those words, I went and I sat down and said, woe unto me. How can I pretend to be a Christian when I cannot work with integrity and ethics? Sometimes when we are under pressure, when we are under pressure, we lose those very, very important values. Now, some of you, maybe you are not tempted. Me, I'm telling you my temptations. I'm very honest. I want to go to heaven. Some of you are there tempted, but you are now pretending like you are assistant pope. You look like you have just met with the angel Gabriel and all the other angels. You are okay. Let me tell you, we have to fight these things on a daily basis. And we need people like that. We need other Christians to help us understand that as Christians, we must operate with integrity and ethics. Tetupanga panga bintu. Yeah. Even in our life, you are 32, you are telling people I'm 22. Because you want someone to marry you. Me, I am 22. Pure math. Okay. You stopped in senior 2. You say, when I was at A level. Where? Which A level? Which school did you go to? Where did you go for your A level? One time I told people, by the way, I did a course at Makerere University, this campus itself. I never did my degree from Makerere University, but I used to tell people, when I was at Makerere, and people are like, this guy went to Makerere. And then one person asked me, which year did you go? I said, we went there for my friend's wedding. And there are people who brag around. Ngane, they are not really, it is not true. They don't have what they are saying. They don't have the basis of what they are claiming. Nenga, they are pretending. As a Christian, if you are going to succeed and do good business, you must work with integrity and ethics. Do the things well. Because your God is watching. This business of running around because we want to please people, you are not going to succeed as a Christian. Focus on pleasing God. And when God is pleased with you, all the people will kneel down for you. But when people are pleased with you and God is not, you are going to remain a beggar. You'll be looking for favors all the time. But when God is pleased with you, you just stand like this and people begin crying and say, Nkolechi, Nkolentia. There's a man of God who was telling me, who was speaking and said, he just stood in the church and said, this year, God has told us we are going to do 5 crusades. And I'm praying about it. And then he left. And when he left 2 days later, someone came and told him, Pastor, what is the budget for all the 5 crusades? Because God has put it on my heart that I am going to. Now, he's not, and the pastor said, what I know now off head is just the cost of flying to those places. Because the pastor flies a private jet. He says, the flying is all the flights you're going to do, the cost is already paid. I was almost thinking, God, maybe raise somebody in this church who can tell me, Pastor, that gallery is covered. Eh? But it takes somebody of integrity, somebody who is a steward, who says these resources are not mine, they are God, and God has multiplied their resources. So, Derek wofumba chai, tufumbira bintu bitategerekeka. If it is herbal tea, let it be herbal tea. Toka amajani, ago majani nenga watadeko bikola bya avocado. Amajani genda kuzino bega tobegali. You just wanted to color it. Noteka ko bikola bya avocado. Kadonyo sabantu amajani. Majani bega tobegali. In your house, be a person of integrity and ethics. Don't look around and say, Saja adangi gonika. Noloko iwa mazo kujako supu n'abaana bo. Kati olukuba omusajja is a demon in the house. Kati yo yiye mutampeko y'amazzi notabulaga. Anti fena supu yoyo lya yoyo supu gwenga mwalide supu mulala. Hello? Yeah. I'm talking to ladies. Mwabera mufumbiro ladies. I send greetings to my wife. Abasajja men have challenges. You see men walking around with big chests and you think but not challenges. Women also have challenges. And the game continues. Sajja bamuwenvaza supu nga bayemu supu mungi gaga okay. Ziresereti mbadde banipise ku mulimu. The man is saying bampise ku mulimu ngenda mangu agenda kati kulya mu restaurant. After seeing the soup mazi merere ngadduka yinga agenda alya mu restaurant. Ngakati nga gwo omuzannyo buli omu azannya munno omuzannyo. Golooza nti kamutege soup w'amazzi nga naye aganange esente ze nandiguzeemu enva ezimu kangende nzirye mu restaurant nja kuleeta kati. That's how now the home continues. Buli saa baleeta ekyennyanja kya kitundu. Ennyama tewera kilo ebeera ya kitundu. Buli kintu ennyaanya mu kifo ky'ennyaanya eza 15 baleeta za 2. Lwaki? The game is continuing. There is no integrity and no ethics. Lwaki bwe tuba tunywa chai? Why don't we know that this is how we do the chai? Nebuli sawa it is new. Okay, let's finish. Kubanga bantu bagenda kunkuba amaji amavundu kati. Yaga gwe musajja oyise owandikomye. Kanise n'okuyingirira naye if you are going to succeed even in your marriage, ethics and integrity. Soko bikuleko bed cover yo tulabe. Nego biseko ku bed cover amasuka amayulifu. Si Moze nayo bikako ki bed cover daga. Ebinne birabika bulungi. Bulisa omanyi wano waliwo empewo nnyingi ennyumba kye tuva tugigala gigule otutunulemu tulawo baginaziza. Abantu bakweka ebintu tomukwata ye wansi bwere. Lwaki tuyagala tugulewo mu kabadayo? Mulimu ebiyenje, mese. Byonna biri omwo. No cleaning up. And some of you are used kakati omusulo gw'emmese kati gwagumanyiira. Ekati is like n'ennyumba etubwete weewunya. Can you imagine? Now you have even admitted. Bane mwangu yo kulya emmere munagireka ebiyenje bijja kulya emmere eyo at home. Mwachikiriza n'ebiyenje n'abaana bawaka nabo bijja kulya emmere y'abaana. Bwe mutayangulya kulya emmere yammwe ebiyenje bigenda jirya. Hello? If you are going to succeed, we have said, number 1, you must have a business. And we said we are going to, this year, we are setting up a business leaders network. So, next Sunday, we are having a business leaders network meeting. You know yourselves. This Sunday, we are having very many meetings. We are having all tithers. If they have communicated to you and you have been tithing here, you are the people who are making these things. You look at the screens. Muziraba? That one is supposed to be actually here. There is one which is supposed to be there. Now, you don't need to. You have a screen here. Then everyone can watch from the other side. Everyone can watch from the other side. And these are people doing these things. It is you. Mwandibadde mukubide ne mungano mugamba mwebale nnyo kale no lulala okolanga bwoti. When they switch on the fans, fans sinze nazigule wange. This is church money. Carpet, simanyi tiles, everything. Look now, but they are even going on what? YouTube. That is your money. It is people giving. So tithers, come. We are going to be telling you how we spent money last year. We are also going to be telling you how we are planning to get and spend money this year. We are also going to be praying for you that your God blesses your business, and we are going to hear from you. So we are going to be only 1 hour from 4 to 5, because during that time we're also going to be having anointing service today. It starts at 4:30, so the worship will begin here as we are winding up with the tithers on the other side. Please, if they have communicated to you, please do not fail to come. And those of you who have not yet tithed, you are still welcome to support this church to become what it is supposed to become. Amen. Next week, we are going to be having a meeting with Business Leaders Network. You know yourselves. I've already told people the restaurant is open today. There is water. If you want juice, there is juice. If you want tea, there is tea. If you want lunch, I suspect someone is going to buy me lunch, and I'm also going to buy someone lunch. But I don't know yet who it is. I bought Madam Favor already a cup of chai. It is at her cost. If she wants to keep it, I don't know if it grows. You might say, I want that cup to remain there for 2 Sundays or 3 Sundays before I take it. It is not going to increase. It is going to remain the same cup. So anytime Madam Favor comes to take chai, just give her the best. Yeah. Take her birungo byonna and say, Madam. Yeah. Amen. Talk to someone. Talk to someone. What are you hearing? Biki ebetaaga okulongoosa eka? Integrity and ethics? Hey.